So my name is Tamara Phiri. I'm a doctor and I'm a specialist in internal medicine. I did my undergraduate training here at the College of Medicine and then went on to do my specialist training. I started with that here and then finished in Cape Town in South Africa. And I also worked in Scotland at the Royal Infirmary in Edinburgh and the Royal Infirmary in Glasgow. And after my specialist training, I came back to Malawi. So currently I work at Queen Elizabeth Central Hospital and at the College of Medicine. My main work is clinical work, so I see patients, but I also lecture. I also do research, and I'm also an author. I grew up in Mzuzu. I'm the fourth born in a family of 6. I started my school there at a small private school called Wukani Education Facility. And I think I did my primary education in 5 years instead of 8 because I skipped some classes. I think I skipped Standard 3 and Standard 5 and Standard 8. And then I went to Marymount Secondary School. And then from there I was selected to go to Chancellor College, and from there that's when I moved on to the College of Medicine. So briefly, that's it about me. I started getting interested in medicine when I was still in secondary school, I think around Form 2. And what fascinated me was the science of the human body and how it works. And I also wanted to know how the different medications that people get work inside their bodies. But beyond that, I think medicine brings you very close to people, and it brings you close to all sorts of people, all classes of people. And I think in my career I've met very, very fascinating people. And that ranges from very ordinary people that we see on the streets, whose names and faces you might not remember, to very VIP and very, very rich people. So it brings you in contact with so many people. But I think also the fact that you can change people's lives, you can help people sometimes in very small ways, and it makes a lasting impression on them. It changes their life forever. I think being able to do that, I think that's very, very attractive for me. The work, being a doctor, is quite demanding, and working in my field is very demanding, so there's a lot of work. And also doing medicine in Malawi, there's a lot of need. You have very, very critical patients. The volumes of patients are huge. And then the staff usually not enough, so you are working under a lot of pressure a lot of the time, and also you don't always have all the resources that you want at your disposal. So I went and trained at all these fancy hospitals, and we had all these things and fancy medication and equipment, and that's not available here, so you have to make do with what you have. But also the demands on your time as a person, because I see patients and I teach and I write papers, that can be quite demanding, and you need to be able to balance that so that it doesn't consume all of your life. I think you have to plan your time, and over time I've learned to prioritize yourself. So you have to look after yourself, because you can't look after others if you haven't looked after yourself. So I've learned over time to prioritize myself and my own mental health and my own physical health, first of all, and then go out to look after patients. But even with patients, you have to keep time for yourself and know your limitations and what you can do. There's only 24 hours in a day, and there's only so much that you can do. So I think being realistic in terms of what you can do in the space of time that you have, that has really helped me. So the challenges are endless and they'll not stop. And if you sit and wait until everything is clear, I don't think you'll start and do anything. So, for example, for myself, I think at every level I've found myself in life, in every class I've found myself in, I've always been the youngest. And I've learned to mature very, very quickly. Right now, as a female physician, I find myself in boardrooms, I find myself in decision-making positions. I've found myself leading teams of men. And I've traveled, I've been asked to teach, I've taught people that are far more sophisticated than me, but I don't get intimidated because I always know that I'm capable and I have an experience to share with them which they don't have. So keep going. There will always be obstacles, but always be prepared to take on those obstacles. And I think it just keeps getting better once you've gotten used to these hurdles. For me, it's realizing that we have the potential of creating a lot of impact in this world, and not just for my country, but even across the world. And I've seen what people who do their work very well do, and how much impact they've had, and how they've inspired people, and how they've helped to change people's lives. So that, I think, that keeps me going, and the fact that I can always make a difference, I can always improve my own life and other people's lives, that really keeps me going. I would think about the students that have not been able to attend online teaching. So with the interruption that COVID has created, a lot of our students have had to continue learning at home, and I know quite a few who've not been able to participate in the classes because they didn't have a gadget to join in the session. So that's something that I would want to help with, and I think that would make a difference for those students. Wow. So I wasn't expecting that, and I'm terribly excited. As women, we need to start aiming for excellence. So I get recognized as a woman because I've done outstanding work as a woman, but I think we need to stop getting pity because we are women, and people expect us not to excel because we are women. And I think we need to take out this clause of because they are women and just aim for excellence. And I think when you're good, you're good. Everyone wants to work with you. Everyone wants you on their team. So we should aim for that. We should aim for really, really outstanding work that will silence everyone. And when they think of someone to choose, they will choose you because they know you're capable. They know your past work has been impeccable. So we should start aiming for that. There'll always be a reason to stop. There'll always be a reason to give up. There'll always be things that will intimidate you, but don't stop and keep on going and keep on pushing.